Roll the coin. We know the truth now. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Peace to the earth and peace to God's chosen people. We know the truth now. Hit the like button, hit the share button. I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate everybody's support. Subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe to the live subscription on TikTok. I love you and I'm in love with you. Put where you're from in the chat. Put where you're from in the chat. Put the coin and put where you're from in the chat. Put the coin and put where you're from in the chat. Texas in the house. Put where you're from and put the coin in the chat so I can shout you out. Put it in the chat so I can shout you out. Flex Skywalker, what's up? Appreciate the follow, C-Shat. Atlantean, what's up? Appreciate the follow. Roll the coin. Let me share the live. Let me share the live. Get my moderators in here before we get started. Roll the coin. Put where you're from and put the coin and put where you're from in the chat. Ancestral voices, roll the coin. Love you and I'm in love with you, brother. We know the truth now. New Jersey in the building. Dallas, Texas in the building. Fort Worth, Texas. I got 10 people in Fort Worth. Roll the coin, Fort Worth, Texas. I got 10 folks in Fort Worth. Roll the coin. Fort Worth and Longview, Texas. We got Mississippians in Texas. Okay. We know the truth now. Minnesota, Puerto Rico in the building. Roll the coin. Puerto Rico in the building. I'm outside today, man, because this is gonna be a powerful live. I had to come on outside and get with nature for this one. You hear nature in the background? Roll the coin. Friday night was a blast. Thank you so much, Dorian. I really appreciate that. I enjoyed Friday night also on Mama T's podcast. So I can, get my point of view across about ancient cultures. And I'm going to show y'all some more about that. I'm going to kind of touch into some of that stuff I talked about on the ancient culture of the Sumerians and Egyptians and Mississippi mound builders, and we're going to get into that. Roll the coin. We know the truth now. Now, today, the Netherlands in the building. What's up? Helga B, what's up? Shout out to the Netherlands. Okay. Today I'm going to talk about a couple of subjects that I've been studying. Y'all know I like to go over the things that I be studying and keep y'all posted on what I'm studying and keep y'all posted on new information that I research and put together that ain't nobody else touching on. Ain't nobody else touching on this information, but I want to show y'all some things. So, check this out. Let me get out the way. An Egyptian locust amulet. Egyptian locust amulet. You see this? Egyptian locust amulet, right? Florida in the building. Roll the coin. Egyptian locust amulet. Now, what is the story? What is the story of Egypt with the locust amulet and with the locust pendant and with the locust beads? See, we got to understand our culture. In Egypt, they made locust beads because the locusts are one of the disasters that happened to the crops. Daryl Harden in the building. Follow Daryl Harden. The locust is one of the 10 the 10 plagues when the locusts came through and ate the crops in Egypt, right? So our ancient culture used locust amulets, talking about one of the disasters that happened to the crops. So I always told y'all it's about the crops, people. That's why they use the locust amulet. Check that out. The locust amulet. And they always talk about that is a disaster of a good harvest, right? When the locust comes from the east and eats your crops, that is a plague. That is in the Bible. That is in ancient Egyptian culture. That is in ancient Sumerian culture. And that is in ancient Mississippian or ancient mound building culture, right? And I'm going to show y'all that. These are the same cultures moving around the world. So I wanted to show y'all real artifacts. Egyptian amulet, right? Locust amulet. Check that out. Let's go look at some more. Roll the coin. Egyptian locust amulet. Check this out. Let's go look at a couple of more. Now check this out. An Egyptian locust amulet. You see that? Egyptian locust amulet. Now first, before I keep going, let me show y'all what all this stuff means. And I'm going to show y'all this same teacher in America from our culture, right? Same teacher. Now in the Bible, right, locust beads, particularly those found in late archaic Poverty Point, right, carved and polished red jasper, are believed to have cultural significance. Locust beads, cultural significance, right? You see that? In America. Now let's go look at the Bible about locusts. First, we'll do Egypt. In ancient Egypt, locust beads. Egypt had locust beads, people. Cushites had locust beads, often made of glazed statuette in cornelian, likely symbolizing fertility or abundance due to the insect's reproductive qualities, swarming behavior, but could also have funerary connections because the locust eats the plants up, and it is one of the 7 plagues. So they use locusts as like some type of bad thing happening to the harvest. So they had locust beads. You see that? Ancient Egypt had locust beads. Ancient Egypt had locust beads. Now let's go to the Bible. Biblical story, 10 plagues of Egypt. The 8th plague was a devastating swarm of locusts that consumed all of the remaining vegetation, leaving nothing green in Egypt. So, our ancient culture used locusts talking about a plague or something bad that goes along with the crops, right? So we had locust beads. We had locust beads around our neck, locust bead bracelets, locust bead artifacts. Now let's get back into the artifacts. Now here goes an Egyptian locust bead, right? That's one of them. Egyptian grasshopper amulet. You see that? Bead. That's fire. Now watch this. Egyptian locust amulet. See that? That's fire. Now let's go look at Samaria. Sumerian locust bead, right? 1800 BC, Mesopotamia, locust. See that? Look at this. Look at this. Now, in Cuneiform, they talked about the locusts coming through with a plague in some ancient Samaria, eating up the crops. This is the cuneiform of the locust, right? So I showed y'all Egyptian locust beads. Here we go. Egyptian locust beads. Roll the coin. Now I'm gonna show y'all that this is the same culture. Here go another Egyptian locust bead, right? So I'm gonna show you the artifacts. I ain't gonna play with it. Egyptian locust, grasshopper amulet, right? Let's go back to Samaria. Here go Sumerians. 1800 BC, Locust, Mesopotamia. You see that, right? Same teaching. Same teaching. Here you go in cuneiform. And I'm going to get into cuneiform in a minute also, so y'all stay with me, because I'm going to bust down some cuneiform today for y'all too. Locust beads, right? Now that I showed y'all that locust beads and locusts got something to do with that biblical story of ancient times of locusts coming from the east in a plague eating up the crops, that is our culture, because this is devastating to a good harvest. Anything devastating to a good harvest to feed our ancient people is put together in artifacts to show you what is devastating to the crop. So I showed you Egyptians, I showed you Sumerians. Now watch this. Now, let's go look at how old Egypt is, just to show you something. Egypt, 4000 BC. Egypt, 4000 BC, that is 6,000 years. Egypt, 4000 BC, that is 6,000 years, people. Right? Let's keep going. Samaria, 4100 BC, that is 6,100 years. So Egypt and Samaria are 6,000 years old around that time. 4100 BC, 4000 BC, plus 2000 before Christ. That makes them 6,100 years old, right? With the locust beads. Don't forget the locust beads. Now watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Monte Santo. Monte Santo mounds. LSU campus mounds. It's right by LSU, which were built in 7,500 years ago, but was destroyed in 1960. So at 7,500 years, that makes Monte Santo mound 5,500 BC. 5,500 BC. Egypt is 4,000 BC. Samaria is 4,100 BC. Monte Santo mounds is 5,500 BC. That is 1,400 years older than Samaria and Egypt. Now let me show you something. Now we're finna get deep. Watch this. Whoa, we know the truth now. We know the truth now. Watch this. Roll the coin. Watch this. Now we finna get deep. Now we finna get deep. Is this the right receipt? Monte Santo. Hold on. Let me get the right receipt. Now, the grasshopper amulet. Grasshopper amulet. Locust, people. See that? Egyptians with locusts. Amulets. Locust amulets. Seals of discovery similar to depicting scarab and locust. Now, Monte Santo again, like I just showed you. It's 5,500. Let's go see what they found in Monte Santo. Let's go see what they found in Monte Santo. Monte Santo. What was found there? We know the truth now. Locust beads. See that? 6220 B before present. That's older than these people. Monte Santo, polished stone, locust beads. Now, we got a mound in Louisiana with the same artifacts the Sumerians got, the same artifacts the Egyptians got. Who done it first? Where did the knowledge come from? Where was the first place locusts ate up agriculture on the face of the earth? Right there on the Mississippi Valley. LSU campus sits right on the Mississippi River, people. Monte Santo is in Baton Rouge, right on the Mississippi River mounds. And look what they found. Locust beads. That's fire. We are the first people to put the plague of locusts in artifacts, talking about a great disaster of locusts and grasshoppers coming from the east, eating up our crops, people. Do y'all underdig me? Do y'all understand what I'm trying to tell y'all? Put a 2 in the chat if you understand what I'm telling you. Give me a 2 if you understand what I'm telling you. Give me a 2. Give me a 2 if you understand what I'm talking about. Okay. Egypt has the locust beads representing a plague. Sumerians got the locust bead written in cuneiform representing a plague. Why do the ancient Mississippian got the same teachings with the locust beads? Locust bead, Monte Santo, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I just showed y'all Monte Santo is 5500 BC. That is 1400 years and 1500 years older than Egypt and Samaria. Let me go through it one more time so y'all can understand what I'm trying to tell you. Sumerian, locust, artifact. Egypt, locust, artifact. See that? Same teachings from a people. Egypt, locust, crystal amulet. Egypt. There you go. Monte Santo, Baton Rouge, locust, beads. Locust beads, locust beads. See that? I told you the world's culture comes. This culture comes from the Mississippi Valley. Put a 2 in the chat if you hear me. Put a 2 in the chat if you hear me. Give me a 2 if you hear me. Give me a 2 if you hear me. Now, let's go back to the Bible. Let's go back to the Bible. Somebody talked about this a long time ago, people. Somebody talked about locusts coming with a plague, eating up all the greenery, right? Who done it first? Who done it first? That's where they get this stuff from. I told y'all all this knowledge is coming from the mound builders. All this knowledge is coming from the mound building culture of the Mississippi Valley. Roll the corn. Now we finna get deeper. Let's get deep. Anybody missed the first part of this, I'm gonna put this on YouTube so y'all go back and check it out. Now let's get a little deeper. Let's get a little deeper. Roll the corn. Now this finna, let's get a little deeper. Roll the corn. Now this finna go crazy right here. Check this out. Check this out right here. The Nineveh corn tablet refers to cuneiform tablets excavated from the ruins of Nineveh, the capital of Assyrian Empire, that document debt of corn, often in the form of triangle clay documents sealed. Hold on. Do that make any sense? I told y'all the Nineveh corn tablet is talking about corn, the debt of corn from people who lived in the Sumerian Mesopotamian area, right? Nineveh corn tablet refers to cuneiform tablet excavated from the ruins of Nineveh. That documents debt of corn, often in the form of triangle clay dockets sealed by the debtor. Why are they making cuneiform tablets talking about who owed them some corn? Corn is from here. This is our knowledge. Watch this. Let's keep going. Documents recording debts of corn, written in cuneiform, people. You see that? Documents, Sumerians, Akkadians, Aramaic, the practice of types of documents. You see that? Corn. These ain't no aliens. These ain't no aliens, bro. Y'all stop all the alien knowledge, bro. Somebody from Timeri bought that knowledge over there. Y'all over there paying off debts with corn. Corn in ancient times was money, people. Corn in ancient times was worth a bankroll. Corn had your bank account full. Corn had your goddamn checkbook popping off. Corn is paying off debts. And when you go to the cuneiform tablet, cuneiform tablets, talking about the dates, talking about they're using grain and barley and wheat and corn on a date on a cuneiform tablet. Y'all acting like this cuneiform alien writing. Y'all acting like this cuneiform is some type of stuff they just make. This stuff is talking about the date of corn. Roll the corn, man. Put the corn in the chat. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I ain't done. The oldest writing we know were grain contracts. The oldest writing that we know came from corn, grain contracts. See, we write down what a motherfucker owed us in corn. You see that? Humankind, right, carved little writing symbols called cuneiform. The very earliest examples of this writing depicted sleeves of barley and heads of cattle, baked clay tablets. Now, all them tablets y'all talking about, all these cuneiform tablets, illuminate the Epic of Gilgamesh, Illuminamish, all that. These are tablets for the corn. Y'all acting like this stuff space knowledge. Let's go back. Let's go back. Nineveh corn tablets, first the cuneiform tablets, excavated from the ruins. Dates of corn. Dates of corn. Dates of corn. Roll the corn. Oh, mankind's first symbols. Dates of corn, dates of barley and wheat and cattle. Agriculture. Just like I taught it. Just like I taught it. Watch this. Watch this. Receive the rent of the field. Weather come to destroy the harvest. Injury falls upon the tiller of the soil. Hammurabi is an ancient Sumerian people. He writing it grain of the field. He is writing this on cuneiform tablets. Let's keep going. Let's keep it going. Productive agriculture, assets could be taken from a man, not even to pay off a kidnapping debt. Debt is going on, they paying it off with the corn. Irrigation of the water, just like I told you. Our people irrigated the Mississippi before anybody else irrigated anything around the world. Right? You see this? Same teachings. Grain markets. Right? We're talking about who owed us some corn. Hold on. Hold on, we ain't done. Look. Look. Look at that. Grain stored for a year. 30 cents to carry to keep the grain in storage for a year. These people are storing corn just like I taught it. In the winter, we store corn. You got to pay somebody. Corn per year. You got to pay somebody to hold your corn. Grain markets. Now, I once told y'all that these Tartarian buildings and some of these buildings were corn exchanges, people. Go research corn exchanges. Ancient buildings called corn exchanges. Were they holding corn in there? Roll the corn. Corn exchange buildings. Go do the research on that. Let's keep going. Let's keep it moving. Now, early Louisiana mounds, right? This is where they found the locust artifacts that come straight out the Bible, talking about the locusts eating up the crops. The first locust artifacts were found right in this area on the Mississippi River. Early Louisiana and Mississippi mounds right on the river. Right on the Mississippi. See that? Roll the corn. I can't be stopped, bro. I can't be stopped. Let's keep going. Now, Let's get into something else. Let me show y'all something else. Now, let me show y'all this before I keep going. Show you this before I keep going. Sumerians, old Mesopotamian artifact, King Gilgamesh carved statue. What the hell is that? What's that? What you got there, Gilgamesh? What you got there, Gilgamesh? Look like the saint sign to me. Look like the fleur-de-lis. Look like the corn. Roll the corn. That's what it look like. That's what they look like. Now, why is this important? We know the truth now. Why you keep on talking about the corn in Samaria and Egypt? Why is this important? The knowledge came with the corn, people. Let me say this again. The knowledge came with the corn to the area. You get astrology, math, structure building with the corn. Now you get God's chosen people on your land. Before they got there, wasn't no God's chosen people there. These people are talking about nature and astrology and math, irrigating the river. These people are descendants from here. The list of the kings of Sumerians is a bloodline from America. That's why they teaching this. Only people teaching this is the people who know about this. That's why this information is so important, because we brought it to different places. These Sumerians talked about the Atlanteans came to the area. That's what they're talking about. Bringing crops, bringing agriculture, bringing irrigation. Egyptians talked about Atlanteans bringing information. Where did they come from? The corn showed where they came from. The corn showed where they came from, people. That's why that symbol right there, is so important all over the world. You see that symbol in England, France, Spain, South America, North America. You steady seeing that fleur-de-lis. You like, where the hell the fleur-de-lis come from? Ancient corn knowledge. Now you understand it. And they turned that sign into a religious sign. Now the sign is used for Catholic churches. All this old type of stuff. They turned our old culture into the church. Now this sign is used as a saint symbol. Do you understand? Because the knowledge came from this. I'm going to break it down for you. That sign is on ancient Olmec's head, people. That sign is on the ancient Olmec head, right in his forehead, enlightened with the corn right on his head. Go look up the artifacts. I can't find it right now. It's in my laptop. Go look up the artifacts. He is enlightened because he could roll the corn. The knowledge from astrology came from agriculture. Then these other people got it and turned it into religion. Now do you understand it? Now they're talking about the New Orleans Saints. That's a French symbol of the French king. You a motherfucking lie. You a lie. Ain't no French king live before no Olmec. Ain't no French king live before no Olmec. Now, the resurrection of corn, the resurrection of grain, just like you said, C-Shot, goes right along with Anu. It goes right along with Osiris. These ain't no aliens. These are our ancient culture cultivating crops. Everybody want to say they from goddamn the Pleiades. Everybody want to say they from Nibiru and all that. No. The earth beings growing crops and teaching astrology and math and building pyramids and mounds all over the world. See, I'm going to break it down. See, I'm not going to go to no book and get no YT man knowledge and give it to my people. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to no book, get no YT man knowledge of mythology and give it to the people who created it. That's like me creating some Nike shoes. That's like me creating some Nikes, and then I come back and say, the YT man created the Nikes. No, I created that. You can't teach me that because you a carbon copy. We are the original people of this knowledge. We got to get back to it. It's the only, we got to get back to it. Roll the coin. And if you think corn went in Samaria, here you go. Research Nineveh corn tablets. This is where they got the knowledge. Nineveh corn tablets, yeah. Corn all over Samaria. And they paying debt in corn. Yeah, corn was monetary value back in those days. It was so important and so big in these areas, they use it to pay off debts. Yeah, aliens don't pay debts. What alien you know pay a debt? What alien do you know pay debts? I don't know one. E.T. don't owe nobody nothing. These are our ancient culture. And the first Sumerians were melanated, line of the kings. They were melanated people. And I got receipts. The first Sumerians brought corn to Samaria, the Atlanteans, or melanated men and women. I got the receipts. They ain't no aliens. They got the bow and arrow from America on their back. They got the stars all over their clothes. We wore stars on our clothes, people. Because we are astrology people. We started astrology over here in America. Yeah, here we go. Cuneiform, running about grain contracts. Roll the coin. Now, let's go look at this. Now, let me break something else down. Now, let me explain something else to y'all. I got one more subject. Okay, right here, people. This is in San Juan Island in Washington, D.C. San Juan Island, right? See that? The Freemasons and his family, a Freemason put his family's, this is the Knights Templar representation. Let me break all this down. Hell no, I'm not a Sumerian. Come on up here and talk to me, Dunk Status. Let me break Assyrians down. You want to put something in the comments, let me break Assyrian down. You don't want to talk to me? You got like 3 seconds, big dog. The break from the start. 3, 2, 1. Blocked. You ain't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it, get your ass out of here. You don't want to talk about it, get out of here, big dog. You don't want to talk about the real Assyrians or Arabs. They came after the mound builders. Assyrians are who created Islam. Assyrians took the moon and the star and made it Islam. Yeah. Yeah, that's where they come from. They came after the mound builders. They culturally assimilated the mound builders' knowledge. That's what happened all over the world. Hope you learned something today before I block you. Let's get back to this. San Juan Island in Washington. This man is a Freemason. He put his family's ashes in all of these chairs. This is a representation of the Knights Templar table, the round table, right? That's what that's representation of. I'm gonna show y'all what it means. I'm gonna show y'all what it's on, right? Knights Templar, family around it, Freemasons. Check it out. Freemasonry. See it? Freemasonry. Look at that. See that? Masons. Knight Templar, round table. See that? San Juan Island. Tell you what these people do to our ancient culture. Let's keep going. Let me show you. Now, Freemasons, when they build on top of something, or if they find an ancient spot, it always gonna have a certain amount of steps. 3 steps, 5, and 7. Let me say that again. Ancient spots gonna have a nice Templar table, something like that, or it's gonna have 3, 5, or 7 steps. This is Freemasonry, right? The 3 steps are youth, manhood, and old age. That's what the 3 steps stand for. This spot right here got all 3 of them. It got the nice Templar table, 3, 5, and 7 steps. The 5 steps after the 3 steps is the 5 senses. They put the 3 steps for youth, manhood, and old age. They come with 5 steps. The 5 steps is the 5 senses: hearing, touching, smelling, tasting. See what I'm saying? Seeing, stuff like that. Then they come with the 7, which is the 7 steps after that. I gotta go back and put the 7 steps all together. I can't remember all of them right off right now. But it's the 7 steps. So it's 3, 5, 7 steps. Freemasons put this on top of ancient culture. Now, what do y'all see? What do y'all see right here? What do y'all see? Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. What is that? What is this on top of? A mound. A mound, my babies. I love y'all when I'm in love with you. I love y'all when I'm in love with you. They put Freemasonry symbols on top of our ancient culture. Now, so when you see this stuff again in different places around America, you know what it is. Now let me shrink this down some so y'all can see it. Now, hold on. Let me get, I gotta shrink that. Hold on. I gotta shrink that. Hold on. Now, give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2 in the chat. Shout out to the birds. Give me a 2 if you hear me. Shout out to the birds. They know what we out here doing. Y'all hear the birds. Roll the corn. Roll the corn. Now, the 2 pillars of the entrance. The 2 pillars of the entrance. What does that mean, people? What does that mean? 2 pillars of the entrance. Somebody put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Yeah, this all peace and love right here. Shout out to the birds. They nature's beings just like us. What does the 2 pillars mean, people? Anybody know it? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Now, the 2 pillars are the pillars of Solomon, people. The 2 pillars of Solomon. 2 pillars of Solomon. Yeah, the 2 pillars of consciousness. The 2 pillars of Solomon. Right? That's why they put this out here, people. This might already be, it could already been there. It could already been there. But they give you the 2 pillars of Solomon. They give you the 3 steps first for youth, manhood, adulthood, old age. Then they give you the 5 pillars for the 5 senses. And they give you 7 more for, like, I think it's like integrity, stuff like that. But the path always goes like this. The path always goes like this. That is your journey. This is what the Freemasons are trying to tell you. The steps go like this. That is your journey to being enlightened, to becoming the steps to taking to being a 33rd degree Mason. You got to take your steps. That's what they mean. Your steps, your 3 steps, your 5 and 7 steps. That's what all that shit means, right? So, the 2 pillars of Solomon, we got the steps, we got the nice round table, nice Templar. See, this stuff is coming from these people. They took this and done other things with it, right? Here you go. You go to the table, nice Templar, on top of a mound, right? On top of a mound. See that? This is what they do. So when you see this around the country, on our ancient cultures stuff, like Civil War museums, Civil War parks and stuff like that. They put this same symbolism out there. Then they put Andrew Jackson or some type of war general with his foot first, with a sword or a horse, something like that. That is the Freemasons, and that is showing that they're trying to tell you that they took over this area. They're trying to tell you that we putting our symbolism on top of the ancient culture because we conquered this area. That's what that means, people. Now you see Andrew Jackson, Ulysses S. Grant, all these people are Freemasons. Now, in this area, why this area I'm talking about, the San Juan, California area, the San Juan, Washington Island area, the reason I want to talk about this is this area has ancient limestone, people. The man who built this got a limestone company, and he got rich off of a limestone company that he found on this island. Here he is right here. Here he is right here. This man came to that area, found the old limestone mine that was already mined by our ancient culture, and got rich off of it, bought all the land, and he buried himself on the mound right outside of the limestone mine, right? Right outside the limestone mine. Now, he's a known Freemason. He's a known Freemason. Let me show you. He's a known Freemason. Here go his burial thing with the Freemason. You see it? Freemason. It's his name right there. John. Known Freemason. Roll the coin. This is what these people do. Look. San Juan Island. All these mounds. Obelisks. Our people was already there. But check this out. Let's see if you see it. Now this is on the coast. Now let me show you this first. Let me show you this first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What I always taught y'all about these areas. These areas gonna always have 7 hills or 7 mounds representing the Pleiades star system. Everywhere I look is right there. Now, all these different preserves and monuments on top of some type of ancient structure aligned with the Pleiades star system in San Juan Island. That's fire. That's fire. Now, aligned with the stars, cool beans. Now, let me see, do y'all see it? Let me see, do y'all see it like I see it? Watch this. Y'all point it out. Here go the first picture. This is the limestone quarry, part of it, right here. Now, what does that look like? Look at that. What does this look like? Put it in the chat. The Falcon. Oh, bad man. That's fire. That's fire. That's fire. The culture is always there. You just got to research it. It's there, people. They on top of it every time with their Freemasonry stuff and trying to hide the truth of an ancient culture that was there with the Haru ideology way before they got there. Let me blow that up. Let's blow that up. Whoa, you see it good right here. They go to I. I guarantee you there's some type of mound or structure aligned with the Sirius star. I guarantee it. I guarantee you that part right there is aligned with the Sirius star right there. There go the mouth right there. This the bird head. That's the eye coming down. This is the limestone that they was digging out of the ancient culture. This is the one the Mason got hold to and dug limestone out of this area and got rich. Big ERG. Elite receipt, gang. Elite receipts. Now, I wanted to show y'all that, man, and show y'all how these different things that they put out here on our ancient culture and what they mean and what they look like. Sometimes they put a baby up, like at the military part, got the baby up like a sacrifice. right at the military park. Why is a baby getting held up to the sun alignment at a military park? It's paganism. They put that out there. Y'all can go look. You can Google that. You can Google that. It's at a military. It's at military parks. Baby up to the sun, to the rising sun in the east during the solstice. It's an offering. This is what these people do. They put it right on top of our ancient culture to make it look. Then try to blame us for being evil. But the whole time we were mapping out agriculture. They didn't understand it, so they put their own swing of paganism on top of our culture, and they put their statues on top of our stuff to represent Freemasonry all over America. All these places y'all think are military parks, and Abraham Lincoln Burial Ground, and Gettysburg, and Vicksburg Military Park, and that stuff is Kodesh, ancient holy land, people. I want y'all to know that. Roll the corn. Any questions, hop in the chat, man. Any questions, hop in the chat. Hop in the chat. I'm going to take a couple of questions. But let me show y'all this again. One more time for your mind. Egyptian locust amulet. Egyptian locust amulet. Right? Sumerian locust amulet. Sumerian locust amulet. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. My link is in my page. We Know the Truth Now on YouTube, BD. Appreciate you. Go subscribe, brother. Thank you so much. Locust. Cuneiform. Right? We're the oldest one found in the world at. Locust amulet. Locust. Beads. Monte Santo. Louisiana on the Mississippi River. And the locust is talking about this right here. 7 plagues of the locust eating the crops, people. That's what they stand for. Locust amulets in Egypt. Grasshopper species, locust amulets. Locusts in Egypt. You see that? Grasshopper, locust amulets in Egypt. See that? This our teachings. It just went around the world. Monte Santo is 7,500 years old. Monte Santo is 7,500 years old. Egypt, 6,000. Samaria, 6,100. Where did it come from? The Mississippi Valley. Monte Santo is right here. Monte Santo is right here, people. Monte Santo is right here. Mississippi River. Mississippi River. Monte Santo right there. It was done here first. I can't teach it no better. That's why you got, and on top of that, hold on. I left something out. On top of that, hold on. On top of that knowledge, I got some more. Locust beads, found at Poverty Point also, people. Locust beads, Poverty Point also. Monte Santo, Poverty Point on the Mississippi. See what I'm saying? Locust beads. Locust beads. Louisiana. Locust beads. Monte Santo. 7,500 years old a mound. Hold on. Locust beads amulet. Egypt. Egypt. Locust beads. Egypt. Egypt locust beads, often made of glazed cornelian. Egypt got locust beads, people. Why the hell locust beads in Louisiana? Older than theirs. Why the hell locust beads in Louisiana, in Poverty Point, older than theirs? Monte Santo. How old is Monte Santo again? We know the truth now. 7,500 years old. Roll the corn. All the knowledge came from the Mississippi Valley. Can't nobody break that down, but we know the truth now. These, man, I'm so blowed. I'm just finna ramble for a second, y'all. I love y'all. I'm in love with you, man. Y'all stay with me. Okay. See, there is so much fake knowledge out here and fake people. The people fake, the knowledge fake. They making up fake names and they acting like they fake spiritual and they acting like they fake. It's just too much fucking faking going on out here, people. It's just too much material, want to be material gain in the using of people, and you acting like you just want to. Then you want to go to church. Then you want to go to church after you try to use your people. Then you want to go to church, and then you want to ask your people for donations. Then you want to come help me with this, but I'm a church person and all that. But it's too much using of good people going on, and it's too much lying and faking and backstabbing, and I'm just not talking about the knowledge world. I'm talking about the whole world, bro. It's just too much fucking faking and snake in the back, and then y'all want to claim to be big Christians. You just such of a big Christian, huh? You such of a big Muslim. You such of a big Moor. You such of a big all of that. But that's not the original. That's not virtuous. It ain't virtuous. If you're not virtuous, get away from me. If you're not virtuous, get away from me. You don't mean what you say. You don't say what you mean. You're faking. You're talking behind other folks' back. You're looking out. You're trying to build. You're trying to find the best person you could use or the best person that fits what you got going on. You're being selfish. That's not virtue. Get away from me. Through knowledge and through life. I don't care what it is. If it ain't virtuous, we know the truth now is not fucking with it. If you're coming out of YT Man book, teaching my people knowledge, you're not virtuous. You're not virtuous, bro. Roll the coin. You up there talking about the aliens and the Galactic Council and all these other kingdoms that were started overseas. You ain't virtuous, because virtue don't come from there. Virtue come from here. Our people feel it and we know it. We got to get back to it. Take all that other stuff over there. That's not our culture. Moors enslaved people. That's not our culture. I don't care what. I don't care how hard you try to push that stuff off on my people, bro. We didn't enslave nobody, bro. Y'all enslaved Slavic people and melanated people over there. It's not our culture. That's the end of that. You can say whatever you want to say about paperwork or whatever you think you are, bro. But your people, that Moorish teaching is the first people, some of the first people to enslave in the world. It's not our culture. We don't stab people in the back. We try to help people. That's our culture. We don't do things for monetary value or gain of being selfish of what we're trying to gain at the time. We don't do that, right? Even in regular life, we don't do that. You don't use people or try to. And since I started, and I'm speaking about the knowledge right now. Since I started been doing knowledge, kicking, what I learned, people will try to use you for some type of pub or some type of, like I'm a fucking attraction or something. But at the same time, if it's done in virtue, I'm cool with it. But if it's for personal gain, some people use it for personal gain. It really pisses me off, but sometimes you got to learn it. But a lot of people are using this knowledge for personal gain, and they're not trying to teach the people the truth about their history They're trying to make it sound good. They're running out of information. It's over with. Now you got to go to the alien teaching because that's all you got left. You don't study hard enough. You don't understand everything. It's not your culture. It's not in your DNA. Some of this stuff unlocked with your culture, with your DNA. See, don't nobody know nothing about the great. Don't nobody know nothing about the Locust and the teachings of the Locust. They went all the way to the Bible. Don't nobody know nothing about that. You got to be hooked to that. You got to be hooked from Hebrew teachings, the original Hebrew teachings. Bad things come from the east. The locusts come from the east. Kill your crop, hurt your harvest. You don't know that if you're not into that. You don't know that if your people weren't into that. All you know is Inky and Enlil flew around on the spaceship, because that's what the easy knowledge taught you. The Galactic Council, that's what the easy knowledge taught you. Don't make me break the Galactic Council down, bro. This earth, the knowledge is right here in front of your eyes every day. Do you think them highly intelligent people of ancient times were around here making up shit? They just decoded it. You decode things because you don't want other certain people to learn it. Just like the word cap. You capping. That's cap. That's for our people. We come up with that word. You cap. Not everybody using it. That's for our people. Roll the corn. I just used that to make you understand what went on in ancient times. We say cap. Not everybody using it. YTs, everybody calling everything cap now. But y'all didn't even understand what that was until we started saying it. Now everybody want to know what it is, then they start using it. That's the same way ancient culture is, people. They're like, cap? What is cap? What is cap? Baseball? New era cap? What is cap? We don't understand it. That's the same thing hunter-gatherers done back in the ancient times. What is the Birdman? What is the Sirius? What is what is Osiris? What is the Green Man? What is that? We're just gonna make something. Oh, now we understand it. Let's go rob the graves and sit there and watch the people. That's what went on all through times, people. So when we get to talking about Haru and Osiris and Ra, Haru, Osiris, and Ra, hunter-gatherers thinking they real people. Whole time they stars. Whole time they stars for agriculture. Whole time. Osiris is the Egyptian god. The maize god is the old god of the whole mix. Y'all don't understand it. Right? Same stuff we do today. We come up with words. You know what I'm saying? And they come right back and try to figure it out. We know the truth now. What roll of corn mean? What does roll of corn mean? YT people, all them a DM. What does roll of corn mean? That ain't for you to know, man. If you don't understand it, you just don't understand it. It's not your culture. Now, and lately, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man, just in life in general, it just been energy harvesting from great people. Like, people just drain me of my energy. They just drain me with petty, small things, and it just drains me. And I just got to go to myself and rebalance. You see what I'm saying? Because people are not virtuous, man. Now, if you find somebody virtuous, you better hold on to them. Like I said, if you find somebody virtuous, you better hold on to them. Because these people out here are trying to come up materially with what they think is success. Tricked by the white man, thinking materials make them successful. And whatever they got to do or whoever they got to act like they care about, they do that, right? And that bothers me. It bothers me on both sides. Some people use this stuff for material gain, right? That's what they're using this for. And when I peep it out, it bothers my spirit because that's where the bad knowledge come from. That's where the bad knowledge come from. That's where all this extraterrestrial mythology stories come from. It comes from trying to keep you entertained long enough to get the bag. They want to keep you entertained, dumb you down long enough to get the bag. Simple. So that's why I'm so against it, because it's so many people trying to do this, and it bothers me. And it's to the point now, like I be wanting to talk to other people about this type of information, but everybody see it the same way, and I don't see it the same way. I don't see it the same way no more, people. This stuff is not the same. It's not the same. So that's what I'm on. Like I say, I'm going to die before I lie to my people. I go po and teach on the street corner for free before I lie to my damn people, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. Before I not be virtuous and treat people bad and trying to get a bag, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. So what I want y'all to do is start questioning these people. Prove what you're saying, bro. Prove what you're saying. If Enki created man, prove what you're saying. Prove it. If you can't prove it, we don't believe it no more. You ain't got no receipts to back up what you're trying to tell my people. You're not just finna be rambling off at the mouth all day on your live, acting like you kicking knowledge. Prove it. Prove we from Africa. Prove we are from Africa. Prove it. Where the ships at? Where the logs at? Where the diaries at? Thousands and millions of Africans coming over here populating this country. They can't prove it. You can't prove it. Right? Can't prove it. I can prove that my ancient culture, way before YT man ever hit sail on the water, our people were building mounds in America to the star alignment, growing crops that nobody else have in the world. The smartest people on the planet. God's chosen people right in the Mississippi Valley. They're spread across the southeast to the Midwest. I can prove it. The oldest mounds in the world are on the Mississippi River between Mississippi and Louisiana. In the world, Craig. In the world. LSU mounds are aligned with Arcturus. One is on LSU, two of them on LSU campus. Monte Santo, what I just got through talking about, where they found the Monte Santo. Let me explain some of y'all about these mounds. See, this is another thing that's extra. Monte Santo, you got LSU mounds, two mounds on the campus. Those mounds are 11,000 years old, people. Here go the Mississippi River running right here. Here go the campus, LSU campus, two mounds, Mississippi River, Monte Santo up here, across the Mississippi River. They are aligned perfectly to Arcturus. They are aligned perfectly to Arcturus. Now let me show you who made Arcturus a god. Let me show you who made Arcturus a god. Let me show you who made Arcturus a god. Put a 2 in the chat if you hear me. Put a 2 in the chat if you hear me. Give me a 2 if you hear me. LSU mounds, two mounds on the campus, Mississippi River, mound on the other side was tore down in 1960. Those mounds are aligned with Arcturus. Those mounds are 5,000 years older than Egypt. Egypt got Arcturus as one of their fucking gods. Do y'all know who y'all are? Do y'all know who y'all are on this land that you on right now? Do you know who you are? Do you know how powerful your bloodline is? Do you know who you are? You are the original people of the earth. You are the original civilization with knowledge on the face of the earth. See how fast I can prove it? Ain't no ancient hunter-gatherers doing no Arcturus on the ground, people. They don't know nothing about it. What ancient culture you know doing it on the ground? In 11,000, 9,000 BC, 10,000 BC doing this on the ground, on the Mississippi River. That's why they call the Mississippi River the Nile. Because the Mississippi River. See, I'm going to show you why they call it the Nile. Now, Egypt got temples aligned with Arcturus. Just like the mounds on Louisiana and Mississippi, on the Mississippi River. Go look it up. Go look up Arcturus temples in Egypt. Go look it up. It's aligned the same way as the mounds on LSU campus across the Mississippi River, and they tore Monte Santo down in 1960. This the other part of it. Now, why did you tear this down? Let me show you. Why did you tear this down? Let me show you that they tore it down. Let me show you that they tore it down. Roll the corn. (1960). They tore it down, right? With the locust beads now, just like these other places. They tore Monte Santo down in 1960. Let me find the receipt if I still got it. It was tore down in 1960. But you can research that. But Monte Santo is hooked to the mounds on LSU campus. And Monte Santo was tore down in 1960. It was something spectacular there. I'm gonna do some more research on Monte Santo because that's where they found the locust beads that the Egyptians got and the Sumerians got. I told y'all, our bloodline went over there and talked to them people there. We teaching the same stuff that's over here 4,000 years before they even got it. Now, when somebody play with you with this type of knowledge, I want y'all to show them this. Be like, bro, the knowledge came from the Mississippi River, bro. It didn't come from Samaria. Now, how you gonna take our bloodline that come from here and teach everybody how to roll the corn and turn them into aliens? How you gonna teach us? Hold on, let me show you something. Let me go back. How you gonna teach us that somebody, a teacher that came from Tamari, the real Atlanteans, over there got Nineveh corn tablets, all in ancient Assyria and Mesopotamia and Egypt got corn also, and try to make us aliens and try to mislead us like them not our people. Our people so advanced, y'all want to make them extraterrestrials. That's what they doing to you. The power is in the knowledge of the people. Once you separate the power and the knowledge of the people from the people, people become lost. You don't know who you are no more. Our ancestors created all that Sirius star, Alexia rising, Orion, Pleiades, all the zodiacs, the sun alignment, the moon alignment, all that come from over here. All of it. I can prove it. All the way from Samaria to Egypt to Hindu to Buddha. I can prove it. We are the Atlanteans. I swear to God, we are the Atlanteans. And now, I love you and I'm in love with you, Miss Trainia. Now, this is what we got to start understanding and remembering. Everybody not an Atlantean. Anybody can claim to be an Atlantean. Everybody is not an Atlantean. Everybody is not of the ancient culture of the Mississippi River. Everybody's blood don't touch that river. And you ain't finna teach me nothing if your blood didn't come from that river. You're not finna teach me nothing. You're not my kind. That's how I look at it now. You're not finna teach me nothing. You claim to be, anybody claim to be anything. You claim to be a game banger, ain't never got jumped in the game. You capping. Let's go back to capping. You capping. Y'all better start linking these niggas back up to the Mississippi. That's what you better do. Because if they're not linking up, they are teaching oppressors knowledge. That's what's going on. Trying to be. Everybody want. See, history repeats itself. History repeats itself, people. People been trying to be God's chosen people since the beginning of the knowledge. You got fake Jews and fake Phoenicians, fake Sumerians, Moors faking like they came up with the knowledge. Link these people back up to the culture that created it. If you cannot link yourself back to the culture that created it, get out the way. It's not for you. You're going to end up teaching mythology because you a hunter-gatherer. Y'all gonna put me on the panel with 50 people talking about aliens. I'm the only one gonna buck. I'm bucking. You the only one gonna buck. I'm bucking. You can put me up there with Billy Carson. I'm bucking. I'm be sitting back like this, like I don't know what's going on. Soon they let me talk. Them wasn't no aliens. They capping. No. Y'all get up there and talk all that galactic shit you want to. I'm gonna go right to the dirt. Prove you wrong. I'm not selling out. I'm a real Atlantean. I'm a real Mississippian. I'm a real original bloodline of this continent and the knowledge that went around the world and taught everybody else. We are connected to that. That is the real Hebrew teaching. That's the stuff they regurgitating in the Bible. They regurgitating it in the Quran. They regurgitating it to pilgrimage of Mecca. They regurgitating all our ancient knowledge, bro. And our bloodline created it. Our great-grandmama and them and grandmama and them comes right from that stock of mound builders, right off of that damn river in Mississippi. That's why they were virtuous people. That's why our ancestors that we know of, our grandmama and great-grandma, people were virtuous, man. People love you, man. That's the last time real love damn near existed on the earth. They broke it up out of us. Them other cultures, mama them didn't love them like that. Y'all with them up, and I hate to say this, but y'all with these other cultures, them people ain't love you like that, bro. Not the way our grandmama, not the way the virtuous people love. Nah. I doubt it very seriously. And that's very important because if you never felt real love, you don't know how to give it. You never felt real love, you don't know how to give it back. These people don't know how to give it back. They're not cut from that stock. That's what I'm trying to tell people, man. So now we are starting to understand why we are who we are, why we do what we do. See what I'm saying? Why everything is copied from our people. All these rappers come from the Southeast. Or their family line come from the Southeast. All the Midwest rappers from family line come from the South. All them California people in Oakland, them people come from the South somewhere, bro. Long time ago, 70s, 60s, 50s. The bloodline just kept going. But at the same time, the Southeastern Indian is a descendant of a mound builder off the Mississippi River. They can, and can't nobody, you can't make that up. We can trace our ancestry now. We didn't come over here on no boat. And we were great people. Roll the coin. The reason I know we were great, everything we created, they turned into a god around the world. They turned it into a god around the world, man. Everything we created. And when they talk about God's chosen people in Hebrews and all that, they're talking about your people. The flood happened over here. The flood happened over here. The flood story all through the Bible, all that, it happened over here. Ain't no water in Mesopotamia and Egypt to have no flood. The flood did happen over here. The story made it over there, and they talked about the story over there. It didn't happen over there. They are just regurgitating the story that they heard from our people. We know the truth now. Like I say, your grandmama and them from off that Mississippi and off that Alabama and Georgia and Florida and Tennessee and Arkansas and Texas and Louisiana, they know who them people were. Them the real copper-colored people of the land. Wasn't no African looking like that. With no straight hair, with no copper-colored skin. You better stop playing with me, man. Roll the coin. That links you to God's chosen people. The earth's chosen people. Nature's chosen people. The first people to link with nature and create the astrology and math and agriculture and raise cattle and feed the village. Only way you're a chief is you can feed your village. That's why the pharaoh can't be a pharaoh if he can't feed his people. That's where they got that from. It started over here on the land. You can't feed your people, you can't be a chief. Now in Egypt, you can't feed your people, you can't be a pharaoh. Where do you think they got that from? We taught them how to govern the people by feeding the people, but Egypt took it as an ego trip. Egypt started ego tripping and started making themselves gods, deities, using the crops to control people, just like corn turned into money over time, people. You think I'm lying? You think corn wasn't no form of payment? Corn was a form of debt, people. People paid their debts off in corn in Samaria. See, I'm going to show you the receipt. Cuneiform is written about corn documents about debts. I'm going to show you the receipt. Yeah. Why is corn monetary value? Why is it so important over here in Africa, in the Middle East? Because it can feed your people at a high rate, and it ain't hard to grow once you learn it. Then you learn the star alignment and how to grow it. Love you and I'm in love with you. UT, give me one question, one comment. Yo. Yo. Anybody got a question or a comment, hop in the box. Take a couple of questions for a minute. But this is y'all, this is the real history, y'all. Whenever you see that red logo pop up, when you see that red logo, real shit coming. When you see the red logo come to say today, real shit coming. We're not getting on my page talking about all this old. We're not doing that. We ain't got time for that. We've been lied to too long. We've been lied to too long. UT, what's up? One question, one comment.
Teacher,
Yo.
can you hear me?
Yes. How you doing?
Hi, teacher. Hey, I watch you on YouTube, so I'm one of your babies, okay?
Thank you so much.
And and this one particular thing about the eclipse that was like 2 days ago. Have you heard about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, some people, and I'm not gonna say their names, but they were saying that, and I want to see if you know if it's true or not. What they said, like, uh, it was an eclipse a long time ago, and they used that eclipse to um, to our people over here, like one of the tribes,
Hmm.
and they made it look like it was magic or something. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
And I was thinking if we could find what date that eclipse came, you know,
I think it was
and
on March the 12th or 13th or 14th, somewhere between the 12th and the 14th. Just,
uh,
just happened a couple of days ago.
yeah, but I was thinking like if it happened like in ancient times and one of the tribes, like if some people came over and like schemed them and said, oh, this is going to happen in 2 days you know,
Hmm.
and made it look like it was magical or something or,
You're right.
other gods or something like that.
You're right.
You, you know, that's what I was thinking. And another thing, teacher, I was thinking, um, is is that moon up there? Is that real? Because I
This
don't know. People
this
don't
what
talk about it.
this what I've been seeing lately with the moon. Not lately, but like the last couple of years. It's like they're using like a fake, like they're using like some type of fake projection of the moon. Like it's a real moon, and they put the fake projection of the moon. Because the moon disappears for a couple of days every out of the month, right? And and I know the moon alignment, so sometimes when the moon don't supposed to be out, they have a projection of it to throw off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they say the moon's supposed to be in the east, and then it disappears, and then it disappears, and it pops up in the west the next day as a projection, and it don't usually. And it's 3 or 4 days, the moon don't even show up on the. Can't even see it from the Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they'll throw a projection up, and that throws off a lot of people who use that in different things. And so I think it's a projection, a fake one. I think the real one is here, and because I see a video with two moons.
Oh, wow. Yeah. They doing. I'm just. Well, you answered my question, so thank you very much, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep
well,
watching.
and I'm gonna say that first question you said. They learned it a long time ago, and they use it for people who don't understand it or know it no more. Try to make it look like they are powerful beings and magicians because they can predict something like that, which
Mm-hmm.
they broke the
Right.
knowledge from the people, so they can act like they're some type of god or a god conscious, or the eclipse coming out tonight and show it to people they broke the knowledge from. Act like you exactly right. They act like they
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna drop down.
like that.
Mhm. Well, I'm gonna drop down. Thank you so much, teacher. Truth. Thank you.
Y'all follow YouTube. Y'all follow YouTube. Yeah, that goes on for real. They take that to a primitive hunter gatherers and be like, this what's gonna happen right here. And they pop up and then they praise those people. They've been going on all through history. But they learned that from ancient culture, mapping out. Because I told y'all our culture mapped out the star alignment in the zodiac for 26,000 years. And they wrote that down. That's why all these stories about the Epic of Gilgamesh, Popol Vuh, those stories are about. Only reason you could write that story of the sun and the stars going through the zodiac, you got to watch it for 26,000 years. That's why that story is so popular in Sumerian, because it's a story about the zodiac. And it takes a long time for people to write that down and document eclipses and zodiacs over 26,000 years. Roll the coin. Anybody got any more questions, hop in the box. Yeah, and these people do pagan things and stuff up under the moon, um, when eclipses happen and things like that. It's all type of different things. They try to get some type of spirituality or power out of it, when they do these pagan worship on summer solstice, spring solstice, right? Mardi Gras is the spring festival to sow a seed. That's where Mardi Gras came from. That's why melanated Indians That's why melanated Indians still go out there with their suits on during Mardi Gras, and they act like they started it, and we jumped in and tried to be like them. That's a lie, because they put the mask on. See, in ancient history, when they first got over here, we was already doing Mardi Gras, all down through the South. Spring festival for time to start planting crops, right? Over time, YT people start wearing masks to the festival. They start figuring out these people having a festival in the middle of February every year, right? We start wearing mad. YT start wearing mad. I think they call crews. They call crews, Krews, wearing masks, sneaking out there to Mardi Gras, trying to get involved in the festivities, right? Then y'all act like it came from overseas, and stop it. Why y'all wearing masks? Because you don't want to be seen as a different type of person at a melanated party of Indians. Y'all putting on whole masks. Our people still go out there and celebrate that to this day. Right? Yeah, paint yourself black. Trying to act like you see, they telling you what they did, bro. Blackface, black man, they telling you what they did. Snuck out there and tried to get down with the spring festival. Now they call it Mardi Gras. And in Alabama, it's called something else. Mississippi is called something too. But that's the spring festival. Go read about American Indians spring festival. The planting of crops. Go read about it. They had festivals. They celebrated because it's time, time for that. Any more questions, hop in the box or put a question in the comments. Roll the coin. Roll the coin. Anybody want me to come on their podcast or their YouTube? Y'all hit me in the DM. Because I'm getting on there, bro. If I feel like you're a virtuous person and you're trying to get the knowledge out, I'm getting on there for free. I'm getting on there for free. I can't charge my people nothing. This ain't even my information. This ain't my information. This is our ancestors' information. So as of right now, I'm getting on there for free. I get on your live. You just got to time it out a little bit. 30 minutes, an hour. Whatever y'all need from me to pass this knowledge down. I got you. Because like I say, I understand that I was once a creator. I was once a creator trying to get different people on my stuff to try to teach people. And everybody turned me down. See what I'm saying? Because they get an ego, they get big-headed, So anybody need me on their podcast, their YouTube video, FaceTime for some questions you can throw on your page, anything like that. If I'm not just busy doing something with my daughter or family or something like that, I'll hop on there and do that for you. Because that's what this is about. That's what this is about. If I know you come from my stock and you virtuous, I'm gonna do it for nothing. Roll the coin. Roll the coin. That's what this is about. I used to ask creators, tap in with me, man. Man, hop on here. Let me ask a couple questions, man. Let me do that. But see, you ain't got to the point to where we know the truth now. You just gotta put the knowledge out yourself, man. Ain't nobody gonna come, everybody think it's monetary value or it got to help them in a certain type of way on the internet, or they got to get something out of it. I don't want nothing out of it. All I want out of it, if I could teach somebody that you pass me along to, that's good enough for me. Good enough for me. Roll the corn. So y'all hit me in the messages. I'm gonna go through them. I'm gonna start checking them, and I'm hopping on everybody's page. Everybody, I'm hopping on there asking questions. Y'all could interview me, whatever y'all want to do. Cause Mama T interviewed me the other day, and I kind of liked it because it gives people the edge to just ask you exactly what they want to ask you, and record it and put it out, and because right now the information is spread so fast, we can't let no monetary gain stop the information from spreading as fast as possible. See, that's another part of this. It's about virtue to my people, and it's about we got to get this out as fast as possible. The enemy, I heard this on a movie, and I never forgot this. I don't know what movie it was, but I remember certain things. It says the enemy is fast. The enemy's information spreads fast. The enemy has outlets to put the bad information out. Let's like somebody trying to ruin a person. The TV, the news, the internet. They can drop a video on these sites, TMZ. They can drop on CNN. They can drop on ABC. They can drop on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and just bury somebody's career that fast because their information is pushed out so fast that by the time you look up, you buried in a lie. They calling you a murderer, a pedophile. They call whatever. They can just make this stuff up, our people, and just make us a bad person overnight, right? Same way they do that, we got to come with networks of our people to push positive stuff out. We got to come with networks to push our information out. The same way they push out negativity every day, murders and all this stuff. We got to push out the positive with our pages. We got to push out the other side. We got to be the light. They let them stay the dark. The light will never really beat the dark. It'll never beat it. Roll the corn. The blood type, they say the blood type of our ancient culture is the old blood type. They say the old blood type is our ancient culture. All that old L stuff comes from Africa, man. They can stop that. And then on top of that, a lot of their DNA test just for entertainment purposes only. But the old blood type can give every other blood type blood. So the old blood type can get every other blood type blood. Therefore, the old blood type is the top of the blood type because it can coexist with A and B and AB, and so automatically that makes that the oldest blood type. It just common sense. You can't mix no blood type from the bottom with the top. It don't go like that. The top blood type go down all the way to the bottom. Roll the corn. So like I say, anybody got any podcasts, lives, whatever y'all got some questions about these cultures or about mound building culture or Egypt or Samaria or all that stuff, y'all holler at me and we gonna break that down. Cause y'all can reach people I can't reach. You can literally reach certain people, send it to them that I can't reach, and then we just trying to reach our people as fast as possible, and that's what this is about. Right? So and gatekeeping and gatekeeping and egos slows the knowledge down. Gatekeeping and egos and lies about mythology slow the knowledge down. Gatekeeping keeps people from learning the truth because you know the truth, but you hide it. Egos keep people from connecting with regular people just trying to teach somebody, right? And once you give somebody else some negative energy, they don't want to ask you no more questions. They don't even want to deal with you like this. So that blocks the knowledge. Then lies about our culture. People teaching lies about the culture or teaching what hunter-gatherers thought about your culture is blocking the knowledge. Those are the three most powerful things. And 4, we must spread it fast as we can. And if the internet is our avenue to spread it fast, that's what we got to use. Simple. So that's what it is, y'all. Any more questions? Hop in the box. That's what it is. So today I went over the locust. I want y'all to research this now. I don't just be showing y'all this. I want y'all to research this. The locust artifacts from Egypt, Samaria, and the Mississippi Valley. The oldest locust artifacts are found in the Mississippi Valley. This one from Egypt, right? Egypt locust beads. This one from Samaria. And they got cuneiform to match it. Now we go to the Mississippi Valley. It's older than both of those. And we got locust beads. So y'all research that. Research that. These artifacts are the only way we can really prove who done it first, people. All that other stuff is speculation, is mythology, is made up. The artifacts show the truth. You can't debunk an artifact because it came from the original people who created it, or the original people who are in the bloodline of those people. But you got to go back to the oldest spot. So the oldest spot, locust beads, which they talk about locusts eating up the harvest in the Bible, a plague, is on the Mississippi River. Egypt got it and Samaria got it. Our people went over there and taught them that. So this is, and the Hebrew talk about Hebrews teach that locusts come from the east. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Why are locusts Hebrew teachings on the Mississippi Valley in artifacts style older than everybody else? Because the knowledge came from here. Simple. Then I showed y'all about the mounds with the Masonic symbolism on them, and I'm gonna do a whole live about what they put on top of our ancient culture. So when you see it, you would know that you're standing on our ancient culture, and don't nobody else know it, but we know it. I'm gonna show y'all that. I'm gonna do a whole live about that. And what else I taught about today? And I showed y'all. That corn was they paid debts off of corn in Samaria. Corn, these tablets are talking about debts of corn. Look. Documents debts of corn. Right? There you go. Look. Terms of corn debt. Cuneiform. See that? Clay document inscribed in cuneiform script. You think that stuff don't come from here? Cuneiform been found in America, all over America. They're gonna tell you them some aliens flying around over there in Samaria, making mankind. Their knowledge was so far behind when our people went over there and taught this, because the first Sumerians were melanated people. I got real artifacts off the wall with melanated men with bow and arrows. Yeah, them the mound builders, people. That's why Sumerians got tails. TELLS, aka Adobe brick mounds. Adobe brick mounds all in South America and Central America. Same stuff. But the corn road in Samaria, don't think them no aliens. Don't do that. Go really study this stuff. They're my people. I love y'all and I'm in love with you, man. Peace to the gods and gods. It's a great live today. If you missed the first part of the live, y'all go to my YouTube, which is on my page. We Know the Truth Now, YouTube. Subscribe to my live subscription on TikTok, so you won't miss no lives. And appreciate y'all support, man. Like I say, anybody want to holler at me about any type of podcast, holler at me. We could do that. And I love y'all because I know who y'all are. We are the original people of the knowledge of the earth that went around the earth. It comes from our people over here. We evolved up into American Indians from mound builders. And we were culturally assimilated by outside entities. YT people, Huns, Mongolian, Asian. And they try to teach us that slaves, that Indians had us as slaves, but that's a lie. They try to teach us that we all came from Africa. That is a lie. Roll the coin. The way they classified Indians was whoever stayed in the area, there was a certain tribe. So if the real melanated Choctaw live in the area, and then you got some hunter-gatherer Indians up the road, they called them Choctaw too. But that ain't what they was. They just put everybody in the same thing because they knew they could manipulate those people and mix their blood with those people and create their own chiefs. And then the chiefs they created out of the native and the YT man gave away the land and then signed the Indian Removal Act and signed the Trail of Tears Act. No melanated Indian signed no treaties like that. YT fur traders and explorers mixed in with the natives who was on the land. They came here after us and gave away everybody land. When they had a child, the child grows up under the YT man's teachings. They send him to college, hook him up to the government. Now he up there, the government giving away land he never owned because his daddy is a European. Look up Greenwood LaFleur, the Choctaw chief of Mississippi. His daddy is from overseas. His mama was a native. He was born in Mississippi. They grow him up, make him the Choctaw chief. He give away the land. And they let him have a whole bunch of acres and a whole bunch of, he became a slave owner that way because he's a YT man's son, right? Now he got all these acres and plantations, and he gave away the rest of the land to the U.S. government because he claimed to be the Choctaw chief. The melanated people don't know nothing about this until the army come and tell them they got to move off their land, right? And I'll teach that on another one, man. But y'all have a great day. We know the truth now. The Lil Ed the Gun roll the coin. I love y'all and I'm in love with you. Go check these out on YouTube a little later. We know the truth now.